Welcome. My name is Travoris Carnes. I'm the moderator for Allison James, and we're hosting the YouTube Marketing for Realtors today. Thank you for attending. We'll go ahead and begin. Our speaker for today is Mr. Robert Milligan. He's the president of Allison James, Florida, and he's going to be sharing his knowledge today with us on YouTube marketing. So we're pleased to have Robert with us today. Robert, are you there?
I'm here, TC.
Fantastic. Well, you have the floor, and we're all yours.
Okay, sounds good. Well, again, thank you, everybody, for taking the time to come, and hopefully we'll share some information with you that will be helpful in your business. I'm passionate about the subject of marketing with YouTube because nothing is worse than spending money on advertising that's not effective for your business. So YouTube is a very powerful medium that can be effective for generating business and enhancing your brand, and the best part about it is that there's very little to no cost whatsoever, especially once you get your equipment in place. So we're looking forward to hopefully giving you some information that'll definitely help your business. Now, can I move myself forward here, TC?
Yes, sir, you have it. Just click there in advance.
All right. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover today. First of all, we'll talk about how to create and manage your YouTube videos, how to use YouTube to target and engage your buyers and your sellers, how to use YouTube's free tools to pre-screen your prospects before they contact you, and also how to use YouTube Analytics to monitor the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. So why should you use video in your real estate business? One of the main reasons that I like using video in my real estate business, and personally I don't list a lot of properties anymore. I mostly direct my energies on managing our company. But as a listing agent, I used to love to use YouTube videos for marketing my listings because you've got a permanent source of media that your customers can access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And also whenever you use this media, it is really, really effective at giving excellent SEO results. So generally speaking, when you put video on a website or if somebody searches for something that's in the title of your video, you're going to come up very high in all of the search engine rankings. I also really like video because if you get good at making it, it's probably the most easily consumed form of media that you can give to your customers. Most people aren't going to sit in front of a computer and read a whole lot of information, so they can passively just click and kind of be lazy about just absorbing what the message is that you're trying to get to them. Also, video is an excellent way to make many impressions on your customers, and you can build your brand into your videos. You can use your logo as often as possible, and I put my little moniker beside that line because anywhere I can stick that little moniker and just enhance the image of your brand, it certainly is an effective way of doing that. And also, depending on the sort of content that you create, you may actually start to have a fan base that actually starts to follow you and looks forward to new content that you create. So that would be the ultimate goal, is if you could have a bunch of raving fans that are following what you're doing and looking forward to seeing what's next in your marketplace. The equipment that you'll need is now, fortunately, a very simple thing. It's simply your cell phone, your Droid, or your iPhone is all the equipment that you really need to effectively make videos. And something that a lot of people don't consider is the fact that you don't actually need to make videos. You can actually make slideshows, so to speak, and import those into YouTube. So it doesn't even need to be an actual video. You can just take a series of pictures and do a voiceover from the pictures. So you don't need a whole lot, but if you want to spend extra money and really get some fancy equipment, we'll cover just a few things that might be helpful for you. The first of which would be a SLR camera, and the amazing thing about these cameras now is that they do very high-quality HD videoing. So, I mean, you can almost make Hollywood quality productions depending on how much you care to learn and get involved with that. So, you know, an SLR camera is about $600 to $800. You can get a tripod, or on the bottom right is a monopod, which is something I never really heard of, but my wife found one that was surprisingly helpful for keeping the camera steady, and it doesn't take a lot of room. So those are less than $50. For doing really high-quality audio, you might want to consider a microphone like the one in the center. That's a Rode Podcaster that I have that I'm really happy with the way that the audio sounds. It makes a big difference when you're doing voiceovers. And lastly, you might want to consider a wireless lapel mic system that are usually right about $100 or less. And that would give you the ability to video, maybe if you're doing a shot about your city and somebody's videoing you from across the street. Obviously, with a wireless lapel system, you could be talking at a regular tone and people would be able to very easily hear what you're saying. So, if you're walking through the house, doing a tour and showing different rooms and things, it would keep your audio quality very consistent. So these things are certainly not necessary, but if you wanted to consider those, they could definitely be helpful. Now, we'll talk about the programs that we use. Personally, I use iMovie for Mac. There's other Windows-based programs. Camtasia is one of them, actually. So you'll have to find some software that you're comfortable working with, and you can actually do a lot of this now directly from your cell phone. So you don't need to get fancy, but for me, iMovie has a lot of features that I really enjoy. And again, it doesn't need to be video. You can actually drag just still images and then do voiceovers or even just type a message that goes on top of your pictures and upload that directly to YouTube. One thing I do like about iMovie is that you can actually click the share button on top, and it will import it directly into YouTube when you provide your login information. So that's a very handy feature to know about iMovie, and I'm sure a lot of the other Windows programs do too. A good choice for Windows would be the Sony Vegas software, and also, like I mentioned, Camtasia is a good one, and I think that that does screen recordings as well. So whether you prefer Windows or Mac, doesn't matter. There's some really good options for you. So once you actually create your video content, there's a couple different places that you'll want to consider uploading it to. The first of which is obviously YouTube. They're the leader in this space. One company that some people aren't so familiar with is Vimeo. It's a much more artistic community where they support very high-def videos. So if you're creating a video about a very luxury listing or something along those lines where the quality of the video is really going to be important, you might want to consider Vimeo. That's a fantastic outlet for that. And then another site that I like that for a very specific reason is Vidler. I found Vidler a few years ago, and one thing that is a little annoying to me about YouTube is that when the video finishes playing, you get a lot of other potential videos that come up and give the customer the ability to look at the other videos and click another one, and they kind of escape your audience's message that you're trying to get out there. They can get distracted with other people's videos. So with Vidler, you can use that site to embed videos on your own website, and then none of those other video options come up to click afterwards. So, and another feature about Vidler that I really like is it can automatically start playing whenever somebody loads your website page. So Vidler is another great company to consider whenever you're loading your videos. Now, there's lots of places that you can share your videos as well. Truthfully, this is as big as your mind can imagine. I mean, there's just all sorts of outlets coming up to share your video, but obviously the social media space is somewhere you definitely want to upload, and that would be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You know, just there's so many options now, and I actually like to put videos on my personal web page as well, which I've got an example of on this screen. You can see my screen wasn't big enough to capture the whole website, but in the middle of my website, whenever people go to my web page, you can actually get a tutorial of how my map searching software works, where I did screenshots to show people where to click and how it works and what features that my map searching software enables them to do, because that's something that a lot of people may not be familiar with. So I found that when they visit my web page and there's something that automatically starts playing, it engages them more, and then they become immediately aware of what capabilities they have in terms of searching for properties and saving their searches so that they're automatically notified whenever a property meeting their criteria comes up. So if you're familiar with kind of doing your own thing with your own website, it's very easy to embed video right directly onto your home page or any pages for that matter. Now we'll discuss a few different ways that you can actually use your video, because again, there's no way for us to cover all of the possible things that you can do with video, but here are a few ideas that we've implemented over the years that maybe you have or haven't considered so far. So one thing that I always like to do is to create a service presentation, whether that would be the listing service that you provide or the buyer services that you provide, or if you have a special niche like short sales or REOs, you can discuss with other people who, again, are able to access this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the specific things that you can do for them. The other obvious thing that I would encourage you to do is new listing tours. I think that video is a tremendous way to tour people through properties, and they can do it from the comfort of their own home, and it's a great value-added service that you can include in your listing package whenever you're sitting down with the seller to let them know that there will be a video tour for people to access at all times. Also, I would strongly encourage you to consider doing community overviews. You can do local attractions, popular restaurants. You can even create alliances in the community if you feature a particular business like a dry cleaner, a restaurant, or some service in town that you're passionate about. You can, exchange favors, so to speak, that you can feature them on your website and help promote their business, but of course you get to keep continually using your brand as well. Also, the website greeting, like we already discussed, you can just simply welcome people to the website and let them know that you appreciate their time and thank them for visiting, or you could actually use it to explain how to use your website, as I discussed. Also, one thing that I've done over the years is I've had some out-of-town buyers who were buying condos sight unseen or that sort of thing. Video now is an extremely effective way to give them a peace of mind that they know what it is that they're getting themselves into, and they feel comfortable that they have a great idea of what they're actually buying. So before it may not have been so easy to work with people out of town, but now that's really lowered the barriers to working with out-of-town buyers. Also, I would strongly, strongly encourage you to get as many testimonial videos from your past clients as you possibly can, because whenever you're on TV, the saying's always been that anything that's on TV is true. It definitely enhances your credibility. So it's becoming similar now. If you can feature video testimonials from past clients on your website, that will certainly give new customers a lot greater comfort level with deciding to work with you to use your services. Some additional ways you can use video is you can interview community leaders, give them exposure. It's also a great way to cross-promote your brand because, of course, any video that you create, I want you to keep in mind that you can always tag it with your logo or put your contact information at the beginning or the end of that video. So anywhere you can add value to somebody through video, you can add value to yourself. Also, I know many of you participate in award ceremonies, or you announce personal achievements, different things. A lot of our companies, they give us awards for certain levels of sales success. You should record those things and showcase them. That's something that would be good for your client base to know. Also, highlight local businesses, and then another thing that you could do is make a series of buyer or seller tips. Discuss what the market's like in your area today. There's a few things that you want to be mindful of that you don't misspeak or do things that could get yourself in a little bit of trouble. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to brand your videos. I've mentioned that quite a few times. It's very, very important that you're having a purpose when you're creating video, because it can be time-consuming if you're really putting a lot of thought into your videos, so you don't want to just waste that effort by not branding your videos. Also, my son posed for our pirate picture here. He was more than delighted to do that, but don't pirate other people's content, because you will get discovered. You could find yourself in some legal troubles, and it's just not a great thing to do. It certainly will not increase your the image of yourself that you're hoping to achieve. Also, make sure that if you're using background music or images, make sure that they're royalty-free music and images, because again, you could get yourself fined or in trouble. And also, keep your videos as short as possible. I suggest under 3 minutes, because as we all know, whenever people are surfing on the internet, they just don't have an attention span to absorb a 10 or 15 or 20-minute video. We're all like little children whenever we're surfing the internet. So keep it really short and to the point, and create really good titles with good keywords, because when you create a video, whether it be on YouTube or any of the other services we mentioned, if your keywords are good and the title is good, and that doesn't mean making it like 5 or 6 lines long. It can be a short title, but just make sure that it has really good keywords, because whenever somebody searches for, like in my local market is Sarasota, if somebody's searching for real estate on Lido Beach, Sarasota, if you have something along that line in the title, your video will come up ahead of a lot of other people's websites who do have good SEO. So video is a tremendous way to get to the top of the search engine, so long as you properly label it with good titles. Also, be sure you link all of your videos to your websites. I know that a lot of the algorithms in websites, they rank websites that have videos built in higher than websites that do not have videos, so make sure you link your videos to your website if you have one. Also use really targeted keywords and tags in the description too. So don't just focus on the title, but make sure you write a thoughtful description. And when you're creating a community, this is more for a YouTube channel, and we're going to get into more detail on this in just a second. But when you create a channel and people can start following you, you're going to start to create a community that is hopefully becoming raving fans of the content that you're promoting, and they're going to engage with you through YouTube comments and other video service comments. So there are times whenever you might have people directly request to list a property or buy a property with you, but they may not email or call you. They might simply leave a comment on your video. So make sure that you're tracking your comments and you're interacting with people that are following you on your YouTube channel. Also, comment on other people's videos that are relevant to your subscribers to increase your channel's visibility, because anytime you post a comment on somebody else's video, people are going to have access to see your profile and see that you may be another credible source in the area that they have interest in, and they may decide to follow you as well. So that's another way that you can quickly increase your following base. So in summary, very quickly, number one, focus on what the audience wants. A lot of us have areas of expertise that we think are very important to us, but truthfully, some of the things we're interested in may not be so important to other people. So make sure that you focus specifically on what your audience actually wants. Make sure that the equipment that you're using is what you're comfortable with, because if you go out and you invest a lot of money in equipment that is intimidating to you, obviously you're going to find excuses not to use it. So if your cell phone is what your area of competence is, and that's the tool that you're going to use to make most of your video, that's perfectly okay. You do not need anything fancy. Just use what you like. And lastly, if you're not having fun, don't do it, because we're all in the real estate business after all, and you certainly do not need to use video in order to be a successful realtor. However, it is definitely a way that you can enhance your marketing efforts and you can leverage the power of the internet without spending a whole lot of money. So you don't need to do this to be successful, but it definitely is something that I would highly recommend if it's something that you feel like you could enjoy and become competent at. We're now going to talk about YouTube analytics a bit, and TC, are you taking over from here?
Yes, I'm here. And Alicia, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Excellent. I'm going to let you lead us through YouTube analytics. And I understand you have a live demo for us, so give me a moment to change the screen over to you so you can present your stuff.
Okay. All right. Can you see my screen, TC?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Alicia Aratari, and I work in the National Growth and Development Division here at Allison James Estates and Homes. And today I would like to speak with you about YouTube analytics. Now, the first thing you will do when you open up a YouTube account is you're going to create a channel. Now, this channel will be filled with all the videos that you've uploaded. Now, YouTube channel pages can be optimized in a number of ways to help you channel a discoverable destination. When setting up and optimizing your channel page, you should be thinking about visual branding across the desktop, mobile, and TV, where and how channel metadata shows up throughout the site. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the subscribers here up top. Now, a subscriber on YouTube is someone who has subscribed to your videos, and every time that you upload a video, that subscriber will be notified first of your uploaded videos. So we're going to move in now and click the analytics of all your videos as a whole. Now this is going to be the analytics of all your videos together. Now the first thing that I usually do is I check the performance of all my videos as a whole. Now the performance is, it shows the views per video and the estimated minutes and average views of durations of your videos. So if we click in the performance, we're going to see that as a whole of all of our videos, we have 1,809 views in the past 30 days. So the estimated minutes watched is 2,890. So we're averaging about 2 minutes per person for view on this. Now, if you want to go in and change your stats, ours are set up for daily stats. If you want to go in and change them to 7 days, you can change it where it just shows you the past 7 days. But for this one, we're going to keep, you can also do 30 days. For this, we're just going to keep daily stats, though. So now the first thing that you're going to do is look at the views. So you'll see that it will break down and show you each video, and it will show you the views. So the first one that we have is 824 views, and it will break down and show you the estimated minutes watched per video. So that's 769, and the average view of the duration is 55 seconds. Now, if you go in to an individual video and you see, well, the average duration for this video was 55 seconds, we can go in and click this video. Now we have all of our videos set up where we do an introduction, we do an educational piece in the middle, and then we also do a marketing piece at the end for ourselves. So we know that this video got an average of 56 seconds duration of being watched. So if you go ahead and you go in and you say, okay, 56 seconds was about right towards the end of my video. It was right when I got done doing my educational piece and it started my marketing piece. So now that we can see this, we see that people are stopping watching our videos after the educational piece. They're not really focusing on the marketing piece of this. Now, this just will give us an idea of which part of our videos are being watched and how they can be arranged. If we want the marketing piece to be seen first, maybe we'll move that up ahead. So we're going to go back into an individual video, and we'll see that you can even break this down by geography. So it's going to show you how many people in each country are viewing this. So out of our 824 views, and only 798 of those 824 views were being seen in the United States. 5 of those were in Canada, 3 in Russia. Now if you go down, you see maybe people in India and South Africa really didn't like our videos because they only saw 1 of them. So if we go back in, you can also see the demographics. Now this is going to show you the gender that is watching your video. So we can see that 50% of males are watching our videos and about 49.2% of females are watching our videos. So you're going to be able to break down and see the audience of who's actually watching your videos. You can even go a little bit further and say, well, out of 50% of those males, between the ages of 35 and 64%, that was the age of the gender watching this video. And you can see females, it was actually the same age. So now we know our audience is, our targeted audience is going to be between the ages of 35 and 64, and you'll be able to split up the gender on this. Now if you also go down to playback locations, this has to do with audience retention, so I'm going to skip this and we'll go into that afterwards. So we're going to look at the traffic resources on this. Now there are many ways that people find videos. They're going to search for them on YouTube, they're going to click on suggested videos, they're going to follow links from social networking, like if you use Twitter or Facebook. So if you go into traffic resources, now you're going to be able to break down and see which sites or search you have is giving you the most exposure and which applications you're benefiting the most from when you're putting your videos on different sites. So let's just say, for example, on this individual video, we had the 824 views. 60% of those views were being watched from their cell phones. Now, if you're putting your videos on maybe your personal website, if you're putting them on Facebook, or even if there are people just searching on Google or YouTube, it's going to show you exactly how many people are viewing these from that resource. Now this can benefit you because now you can say, hey, we're getting the most from a YouTube suggested video, or we're getting the most from my website. I can say, well, from now on I'm going to start uploading my videos on my website since I know that's where I'm getting the most traffic. So this will just kind of help you figure out where you should be putting your videos at and with what kind of audience that you're getting. And you can kind of put 2 and 2 together on this. And it will show you too on all of the analytics that I'm showing you. You'll be able to break down the views, the estimated minutes watched, and the duration on everything. Now we're going to move into the audience retention. Now the audience retention, what it does is it helps you see how often each moment of your video is being watched as a percentage of total views. So when people are rewinding and they're rewatching, the result can actually value in higher than 100%. So for example, we'll take this one. The average view of duration was 56 seconds on this. So we know at 56 seconds, it's right when we stopped giving our educationals and we started doing our marketing piece on our plans. So we know at 56 seconds that 67% of the people watching this were rewinding, they were stopping, rewinding, playing again, and they were either rewinding all the way and rewatching the educational piece and playing again, or they were rewinding to the marketing piece to rewatch what our plans were. So that way you're going to have an idea now of what people are watching when they're viewing their videos. You'll be able to see where their attention is most focused at when you're doing a video, which is really nice. Now we'll also go in and do the engagement report. So this is just what that audience is engaging in the most. So we're going to click subscribers first. Now, like we talked about before, the subscriber on YouTube is someone who's subscribed to your videos. So every time that you upload a video, they're notified of that video being uploaded. So we're going to go in, and let's just go back to the beginning so we can get all of it. Now this is going to be as a whole of all your total videos. So you're going to actually be able to see how many people are subscribing to your channel. And you're going to want to brand your channel to yourself and make it really your channel for everybody. So we have 5 subscribers right now. And you can actually break this down at the bottom here, as you can see in the source, and it will tell you from each video how many subscribers you have gotten. So let's say from our Allison James Estates and Homes Tips from a Top Producer video that I did, I gained 1 subscriber from this video. Now this can also help to see what videos you shouldn't, or what videos that you are doing are helping you get subscribers and are not. So for example, I know that this was an educational piece, so every time I've done an educational piece, I've gained a subscriber. So maybe I want to keep doing an educational video, that way I'll keep building my audience and keep building my subscribers. Now, say maybe I do a video that's not so good, maybe it offended somebody, and I lose a subscriber. It's going to tell you exactly which video was that they watched and they unsubscribed from you. That way you'll know, hey, maybe next time I shouldn't do this type of video because I'm losing subscribers. So this is just a great way for you to figure out what kind of videos you should be posting and are not posting that are getting you an audience. You can even go into the engagement reports and see the likes and dislikes. So for example, the first video right here, it was things realtors say, or can't say but they wish they could. This was a funny video that we put up, and we got the most likes on this. So now I can say, you know, maybe I should be putting up more funny videos because that's where I'm getting the most likes and the most attention from, as well as favorites. When people are favoriting their videos on here, you'll be able to see, again, this was a funny video, we got the most favorites on it. Also, in the same aspect as we talked about before, if you put up a video and somebody removed themselves from it, you'll be able to see, hey, maybe this is something that I shouldn't be doing. So it's going to help you balance out what's good for you and your channel and what's not and what's working for you, as well as sharing. Now on YouTube, I'm sure as you guys all know, you can share videos. If I watch a funny video and I say, hey, I want to send this to somebody, I can send it to somebody on Facebook, I can email it to them. You're going to be able to see, maybe we do something on a marketing piece and an agent says, oh, I think my friend would benefit from this place, I'm going to send this video to them. We're going to be able to see which videos are being shared to other people, which is really nice, so you'll be able to see, like I said again, what's working for you, what's not working for you, what's being shared, what's not. Now we're going to go back up to the top and another to our channel. And as you can see here, we've all have labeled these and titled them something with a keyword. So a key thing that you want to keep in mind is the metadata. So for those of you who don't know what metadata is, it's the information that surrounds your video. For example, the title of a video, tags of your video, or even the description that you write in here. Now you're going to want to use keywords that are going to help you bring up your video on Google. So let's just say, for example, we'll take this one, open house ideas from a top producer. So if we go into Google and we type in open house ideas top producer. I don't even have to type in the word YouTube, and I'm the first one who pops up on here. So this is just a great way for you to, when you use those keywords and those titles, to get you to be the very first. So let's just say, for example, maybe a buyer is on and they're searching Google and maybe they type in buy a home near school ABC. So let's just say you do a video on YouTube and maybe you do a video on all the schools that are in maybe Charlotte County. And at the very end, you can brand this video to yourself as an agent. So at the beginning you talk a little bit about yourself, you do the schools, and at the very end you put your contact information. So when this agent when this buyer types in, you know, buy a house near schools in Charlotte County, you're going to be that first person to pop up there, and it's going to be your video. Now YouTube, since it's very popular, it's going to probably come before a lot of other websites. So this is just a great way for you to kind of market yourself by using those keywords. In the same aspect, maybe a seller is writing, find a real estate agent in Punta Gorda. You can do a video about yourself and brand this video to yourself and use that keyword, find a real estate agent in Punta Gorda. That way you're the first person to pop up there. That's going to be you that pops up before some website. So we have that as a good idea too. And that's really all I have. So if you guys do not have a YouTube account, I recommend you get one. If you do have one, I encourage you to use these resources that we've shown you today to really help you in your videos and see where they're benefiting from you. And TC, I'll pass it back over to you for questions that anybody has.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so we're in our question and answer period, and we want to just take a few minutes. I see I already have a few questions that have been typed in, so this is the opportunity that if you'd like to ask a question directly of Robert or Alicia, you can do that. And of course, you just need to press over here on your control panel. You can, if you'd like to get our attention, you can click the raise your hand button, or you can actually type in questions in the question box. So give me a moment. It'll be silent for a second while I go through the list of questions. And if you would like to speak live, just click the raise your hand button and I'll activate your microphone. So one moment. Okay, quite a few. Let's see. Monica Martinez, her question is, and I guess this will be for Robert, on YouTube, can you create your own channel to prevent other people's videos from showing to your potential clients?
interesting question, Monica. I'm not sure as though I could answer that. I don't know if I understand the question. Could you read that again one more time,
Sure.
TC?
And I think you mentioned it in your presentation, but it says on YouTube, can you create your own channel and prevent other people's videos from showing to your potential clients?
I see. All right. I misunderstood. I apologize, Monica. But as far as I know, I think that when you do have your own channel and you have lots of video content, I think that you can limit those videos that display after the video to your own videos on your channel. So to answer your question, I believe that's a yes.
Okay. And let's see. And Cheryl, yes, we'll be sending out a copy of the recording and the PowerPoint. And that's Cheryl Mobley. Let's see. How do you get, and this is Pat. I won't try to say your last name. But Pat, your question is, how do you get the round images on the left side of the Allison James YouTube? And I'll go ahead and answer that. It's a design, so you just need to have a background made for your channel. It's really easy to do, and YouTube will let you upload custom images. Okay, and I think this is for Alicia. What do you find to be the best SEO title for videos? We are told home for sale in ... followed by the address. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I honestly think it's going to be more of the audience you're targeting. I mean, if you're doing something for waterfront, you're going to want to use those kinds of words. If you're using something, you know, like I said, for us, the best ones that we've came up with are, you got to put yourself in that buyer and that seller's perspective. So when they're going on Google and they're looking for something, you're thinking, well, I want to sell my home. I need an agent in this area. They're typing in, find agent in this area. Or, you know, put yourself in that buyer's shoes. He wants, you know, houses near schools. So I would kind of put yourself in that buyer and that seller's head, and just like if you were searching on Google, what you would type almost. That's kind of what we've always done in the past, if that helps at all.
And give me a moment. There are a couple others. Kim is asking, are you opening an office in Naples, Florida?
We are, actually. We are opening. It's a location. I don't think that they'll have an office presence, you know, as we are virtual, but there will be a location opening up soon.
Is there, and this is Richard Ragland, is there a cost to have a YouTube account?
There is not, correct, TC? No, there's not.
No cost. No cost. Robert, do you know, I know you mentioned earlier Vimeo. I know they have some cost structure, Vimeo and Vidler. Do you know those?
Yeah, I don't know offhand. I think that there are free entry-level accounts in both of those companies. So if you upload lots and lots of video with lots of data, then I think there are upgrades, but I think both of them are free initially.
Okay. So YouTube is free, Vimeo and Vidler, you can start free, but for all their bells and whistles, there's a cost. All right, and this is from Cheryl Mobley again. Alicia, can you recommend a program or website to create an image for my homepage?
TC, actually, that's probably more up your alley. Would you know of one?
You know, I guess in the email that we follow, we can send out a couple of resources, but you can try Elance, elance.com. That's a place where folks will make things for you. And there's another good one that's called 99 Designs. And what they'll do, it's actually, you'll put your request in, and they'll have designers compete for your business. So that's a pretty cool one. That's 99 Designs. And let's see, are there others? And I think I've gone through most of the typed in. I'll check one more time to see if there are any questions for folks who've raised their hands. And if, as I'm checking here, if you have questions, please type them in because we don't want to end prematurely. Okay, Robert Hasenberg. How do you create and add an introductory or call to action on the front end of a video? Robert.
Oh, a Robert question?
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's depending on the software that you're using to create the video. I know on the iMovie program I use for Mac, you can just easily add a title screen and just type whatever text that you want in there with phone number, email address, whatever it is that you want. You could insert an image of your company's logo or your logo or whatever. So, it just depends on the program that you're using to edit the video. I'm sure there are apps that you could do that with on your cell phone, but I'm not familiar with using my cell phone for video. I kind of like all the extra fancy tools that I put up there. So
here's one from Kim Yeager. Is it a good idea to have only real estate or other of my interests on YouTube?
I mean, I personally think this is just my personal opinion. If you're setting up your channel and you're branding this towards your business, I would just do, your business real estate stuff. I don't think it hurts to have one or two personal things as long as they're appropriate and it's not going to hurt, you as a business person. But if you're branding something towards your business, I would think it'd probably be a better idea to keep it strictly business and yourself. But that's just my personal opinion, Robert. I don't know if you want to weigh in at all on what you think.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there, Alicia. I think that it's best to keep it mostly business, and unless if you do something that may help you connect with the community, maybe you're really into CrossFit, which is a athletic community that's actually quite large, or something along those lines, that if you kept it tasteful and professional, I don't know if it would be great to have random videos of children or grandchildren or something along those lines. But if there was some big group activity that's a really popular community, you're like boating, or maybe you're a pilot and you like to fly, or whatever. There's a lot of communities that you could connect with, but as long as it was well done and tasteful.
Okay. And that's all of the questions. One more call. If you have a question, please type it in or raise your hand, and I'll activate your mic. So I'm going to check one more time. So 1 moment. Okay, I see a hand raised. All right, we got a brave soul that wants to try to talk live. Uh-oh, I think our brave soul disappeared. The hand went down. So, okay. Well, that concludes the question and answer period. And here's, you want to share your contact information and what they can contact you about, Alicia?
Yeah, if we are, just so everybody knows, we're going to send out a recorded version to all of our agents. If there are some non-AJI agents on the webinar right now, and maybe you want this recorded version, you can definitely call me, or I'll also give you guys my email. It is joinus@ajicorporate.com, and I'll just repeat that. It's joinus@ajicorporate.com. If you have a little bit more questions about the YouTube analytics, or maybe if you even need help just setting up an account, please feel free to call me or email me, and I'll be more than happy to send you over the recorded version or answer questions for anybody.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for your time today, and we do hope this has been helpful. Thank you, Robert, and thank you, Alicia, and we'll sign off.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you. Bye now.
Bye.